Okay, welcome back everybody, and today we're gonna do quarries. So, quarry is a wonderful build craft machine. By default, it will clear out one chunk, well, 16 by 16, not exactly, an actual chunk, but close enough, of materials all the way down to bedrock. It will not bore through liquid lava, and this is your default area here, where it's at, and whenever it pops up, you can see here, the quarry at that location will keep 4 chunks loaded. Nice enough to tell you how many chunks it's going to keep loaded while it's doing it. It has to be powered by MJ's Minecraft Joules. For the purpose of the demonstration, I'm just going to use redstone energy cells. Technically, engines be your best bet. If you want a truly worry-free, pop an energy test rack next to it and hook it up to the network you have at your base. Probably about the easiest way to do it. But now, a quarry will, if there's no pipes hooked up to it, it will just eject all the materials, or no pipes or chests, I should say, into the environment. So you need to, like a chest next to it, like so, which works great with inner chests because you can have it dump it straight into your sorting system and take care of it from there. If you don't have a sorting system that is capable of, handling all that, you can also use like diamond pipes. Like here, I'm going to throw in a void pipe on top here, and then I'm going to throw an obsidian chest next to it. And what I'm going to do is the void pipe is on gray, and I'm going to say I don't want to deal with gravel, dirt, cracked sand because I am in a wasteland biome, or cobblestone. So what I'll do is anytime any of those 4 blocks come here, it'll shunt it straight up into the void pipe. Everything else will go to red into the chest. Not sure exactly how much it's going to take, so I'm just going to throw a couple extra chests on there. And obsidian chest, it's a diamond chest that's completely blast proof, so there is that. So you don't have to worry about creepers or anything. They will take out your pipes, but your chests will be fine. So if you have a problem with mobs in your base, upgrade to these guys, no worries. But now basically to power it, hook an engine to it, or what have you. Like I said, for this I'm going to use redstone energy cells, and this one I've got amped up to output 100 MJ per tick, which means that this thing is going to fly for doing this. And just because I'm going to throw another one on there, and it doesn't really look like it's sped it up a whole bunch. But you can see first it constructs this framework with this laser. If there's any blocks at all within this framework, the laser will simply delete them. They won't break. They're gone. So, and bingo, there we go. There's our wonderful quarry bit. And you can see that when it takes 100 MJ per tick, then it goes relatively insane. You can't really tell from here, but all the cracked sand is just simply getting deleted. So we can go here and go, see there's nothing popping into the chests yet. And yeah, I'm thinking I should have made that a little longer. Actually, I think I will real quick. No, not that. Go there, and there. And are we going to be able to see things going through yet? There it goes. You can see it going into the void pipe. Occasionally. There it goes again. And now we're pulling up cobblestone. Oh, there's some iron right there. This makes it a lot easier. Okay, so I just popped up 4 iron out of there. Oh, I already got some aluminum too, it looks like. But this thing, because the green, the red, and the yellow aren't set to a specific filter, it'll just dump them whatever. And because I didn't have a pipe on there, it took that 63 cracked sand and dumped it into that chest. So what I can do though is I can just empty all these things in here. The quarry will pick up any loose items inside of it. So once your quarry gets down far enough, what I like to do is run around with a silk touch, and silk touch all the gems and everything like that. The quarry will pick up the silk touch block and send it back to my base, and I can take care of it from there, run through a grinder, fortunate, whatever. So, but you can see sufficient power. These things are relatively insane when it comes to speed wise. This is a lot faster than you can do by yourself, so much faster than a turtle can do. This is the way to clear out an area if you want the materials. If you don't, fillers are even faster, and I'll take care of that in a future video. But yeah, as you can see here, it's just going through like crazy. You know, you got your shards of amber, coal, copper, aluminum, quartz crystals, iron, aluminum, more copper. And this thing will keep running as long as the chunk's loaded. So, you know, usually I throw a chunk loader, or actually like a spot loader over here, because just in case that, because the quarry will keep this loaded, but if these happen to be in a separate chunk, then everything this thing digs up will fly off into another, you know, into nowhere pretty much, and despawn on you. Now you can make quarries bigger than this too, which actually I'm going to shut this down. There we go. And after the quarry's gone, you can see it here, the framework will deteriorate. Yeah, about the same speed as, well, actually probably slower than leaves, but so if you leave this loaded long enough, then this will all be gone, or you know, you can go through and just break it like normal. It's relatively easy to break all this stuff. And I don't deal with items, so I'm going to leave the chest behind. Now, let's go back to daylight. Okay. Now you see over here, I have this wonderful thing, which is a landmark. Landmarks are actually really easy to make too. It's a redstone torch with a chunk of lapis on top. Gives you one landmark. Now these things you can use to use with buildcraft machines like the filler, the builders, quarries, probably a couple others. I haven't gone much into buildcraft yet, but these things will tell you or set out an area for that machine to work in. Max you can do is 64 by 64 along the outer rim, so it means like in a quarry. Here's going to be your pipe, so it'll only do a 62 by 62 area, you know, of actual digging. Now, if you want to, you know, make it a lot easier on yourself instead of having to count and everything, and because these things all have to be on the same y-axis, all that fun stuff. So what you do is you put a lever next to it and power it, and it will shoot out a beam in all 6 directions. I mean, even down there, and goes out for 64 blocks. So, you know, you just set that up there like that, and you go all the way to the end of your beam, and you put another landmark. Now, for a quarry, you only need 3 landmarks, which I've already set up here. And what you do then is after you set up your 3 landmarks, you come up here and you right-click the one, you know, in between the other 2, you know, this corner here. And it will set up this wonderful red laser beam that shows the selected area, which, you know, is here. So, and now you can go to any one of the corners, or yeah, any of the landmarks anyway. And you take your quarry, select the landmark like so, right click. Come on. Oh, shift click. There we go. Shift right click, sorry. And what it'll do is it'll now set up, there it goes, that wonderful quarry grid. And it will pop all the landmarks up, which, you know, unless, you know, you're really cheap, you don't need to worry about. But, you know, it's just lapis and redstone torches. But if you're setting up a few of these in a row, it helps not to have to take a bunch with you. There it goes. There's the last one. And go ahead and just break that just cause. And now we have a max size quarry here, which if you're in normal view distance like I am right now, you can barely see that opposite corner. So yeah, it's actually quite a bit of material whenever you get down to it. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to set up the same again. Got our diamond pipes. And then, just because I want to have it be a little more visual, there's that. And run some pipes off of here. There we go. And now this time we have blue, and I got rid of all my materials. Let's go here instead. There's our cobble. There's our dirt. There is a beach over there, so I don't want sand. If you need sand for making glass, set up a quarry in the desert. You're set for one hell of a long time. The only thing the quarry will not break is bedrock. It will break anything else it runs across. God's sakes, make sure that nobody's got a hidden base underneath where you're setting up your quarry. Otherwise, it's going to be bad times for everybody. And then crack sand. Right? Oh, I forgot the gravel. There we go. And gravel. So what we do now is we just right click. Do not click on diamond pipes with pipes in your hand. There we go. Okay, and we set this all to blue because it's on the blue side. And now any of these 5 that the quarry picks up will go to blue. Now let's say I want to, here we go. Let's say I want diamonds. I'm in the mood for diamonds. So what I'm going to do, I'll just clear out my inventory a bit. Let's say I want diamonds to go in there. Same in the mood for some clay as well. Let's put that in there too. And just because, let's go with coal. So what we do now is we go to the red side. That's where we want everything to go. Diamonds, clay, and coal. Oh. And items dropped on pipes bounce like crazy. Alright, now I'm going to need to set up some boxes for everything to go into now. Like in this setup, don't set a box here because half the items that are supposed to be deleted will end up in your chest. So give it some space. And the pipes will automatically hook up. I gotta quit doing that. There we go. And you can actually set up, like, you can put a chest underneath it and you can still open it. So you can actually, one pipe like this, you can get 4 lengths of, or 4 rows of chests the same length as the pipe. And then let's see. Say we want this thing to start working. And I am going to do that. And just because I don't want this to run out of power on me, I am going to throw another one here. There we go. If you put anything behind it, it will get deleted by that laser. I mean, like, oh, here. Come on. There it goes. So, what the laser's doing right now is it's building the framework. And if there's something in the way of the framework, then it will delete the item. Which I'm not sure, since it's already built this corner. Oh no, it'll be coming back. It's only done the bottom so far. But you can see, given enough power, these things move fairly quickly, given enough power. This is the way to get the most materials possible. Yep, you can see it deleted that top one. Let's see. Let's make a cracked sand pillar here. See if this laser notices it or not. Again, it already kind of finished the corner, so I'm not sure if it's going to do it or not. My bet is it will after it finishes up the top there. Now, if you have a quarry powered by low power engines, you can actually use it as a somewhat primitive tree farm too, which works pretty good. It's a great way to cut down redwoods without a whole lot of fuss. Get it down to almost bedrock, plant some redwoods at the bottom, bone meal them real quick, and nope, it ignored it. That didn't get ignored though. There we go. And crack sand. And like say, see how it's going through here? It'll start at the highest Y level first. And there she goes. And it will not actually complete the full circuit if there's nothing over there for it to delete, or to dig up anyway. So it does, you know, kind of speed up a bit that way too. There we go. And we can see all the cracked sand going through our gold pipe here. And just getting deleted. And now let's see. Here's our energy cells. Which, since they weren't taken apart with a wrench, they were broken, they lost all their power. And there's a third one. Oh no, the third one got deleted. So now again, we got that one chest set up for coal. So what I will do is just simply come over here. There's the next row it's going to do, so I'll just throw that out there. Like say you see some coal that you want to fortune up real quick, just leave the coal in the ground, and the quarry picks it all up and will deposit in the chest for you. Very handy. Come over here, so our chest for the coal to go into, and bingo, coal. If you have it dumping into your sorting system, you can have it dump straight into barrels or into machines for processing or whatever. That gets pretty involved. So I mean, unless you plan on running a bunch of these quarries, it's actually still fairly easy just to go through your chests after it's done, organize it up, and manually process everything yourself. Now, if you're running, you know, something on the scale like a Nebris operation where you're running, you know, 10 to 15 quarries at a time, you want the sorting system because there's not enough hours in the day for you to process everything. You can see there's some dirt, some sand went through as well. More cracked sand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the recording and I'm going to come back when this thing's gone further down. And we're back. So this thing's been running a while, actually about an hour. Quarry this size takes forever to dig out. But taking this time, I've planted and bone mealed some trees into the quarry area. And let's see, it'll be a couple minutes until it gets to that tree there. But I did notice that there was going to be marble start popping up, so I went ahead and added marble to my filter. Which we got 2 dead cells now, which I've actually had to replace those. But here's the marble. So any marble we come across is going that way into the void pipe. And there we go, just to make sure we don't run out of juice. But as you can see, there were some chickens that were laying eggs, which the quarry's been picking up. Seeds. There's those 2 energy cells. The oak wood from trees I've already done. But flint from the gravel. The actual gravel blocks are getting destroyed, but if it drops flint instead, then we're getting that. Quartz crystals, which I may actually decide to add to the filter in the future, but for right now I'll just go ahead and let them pile up. But yeah, copper, aluminum, iron, uranium ore, dull shards, amber, more of the same. And since it well, each one of these junctures has a 50% chance of the atom going either to the right or continuing on down the line there. So this first pipe, half the atoms go here. Then half of what's left go here. Or it's got a 50% chance anyway. Not exactly half, but close enough. But what you end up with is you actually end up with items in every chest along the way. It won't just fill up, the first chest here, and then move to the next, and then to the next. This chest will have the most in it and will fill up the fastest. But I don't know which one I went to. But it will fill up all these in line as it goes. And we've gotten 22 coal so far. So, but yeah, you can see all the cobble just feeding right through that into that void pipe right there. Oh, there's some marble. And yep, here we go. It started hitting the trees now. What it did is it cut the top off that tree, then it realized that there were other blocks of that Y level, so now it's going through and trimming them all down. And then it's move on down to the next Y level. And it will move, what is it? I don't think it's actually got a set direction it will always go in. It does not like it goes north, south, east, west, or anything like that. But it always starts in this corner. And I believe that if you're looking at it from the quarry, it'll always take off to the right and then back and forth. Kind of in a zigzag pattern, all the way down and back. But at the same time, if there's one block that's higher than the rest, it will, actively seek out that block when it gets to it. And then it'll stick at that Y level, clear everything off, next Y level down until it's all back to, flat again, in which case it'll continue its thing. But, it works out really good for, kind of a do-it-yourself or tree farm without having to use forestry. Especially you got a lot of saplings and bone meal. Works out really good. This water here is actually not that big of a problem, because this thing won't take care of lava, liquid lava, so to speak, but it will do obsidian. So if you don't have your quarry set up next to water, by the way, this water will end up filling this entire space eventually. But if you don't have your quarry set up next to water, after it's gone one block down all the way through, just toss a bucket in a quarter. And what it'll do is it'll neutralize any lava underneath it, and it makes for easy cleanup, because afterwards you just come by, scoop up the bucket, and pray to God the server doesn't crash. Because that many water blocks updating at once can cause some... What's up with that squid? But it can cause some lag. But, okay, you're not doing it anymore? That was... Okay, yeah, we had a breakdancing squid for a while. But, yeah, oh, he's spazzing out again. What is it, a distance thing? No? But yeah, all the, everything that's getting filtered out is just getting destroyed. Otherwise, these chests would fill up in cobble in no time flat. If you're going to save your cobble, I recommend going the barrel route. Well, barrel or quantum chest. Quantum chest is, here we go. It's like a Greg Tech, barrel. But it does hold more. But yeah, we got our barrel, which will hold 64 stacks of 64. 1,024 items. And then if you give it the upgrade, which shift right click it on, there we go. This will now hold 10,024 stacks of 64. And this thing holds like 4 times that amount. These are expensive as all hell to make though. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, wrong one. There we go. And yeah, 4 data orbs, 2 highly advanced machine blocks, a teleporter, a digital chest, which is, you got your barrel and then your dimensional barrel, then you got your digital chest and your quantum chest, and a computer monitor. Like I say, the digital chest is actually pretty easy. Takes a data orb, 7 refined iron, and a computer monitor, or you can use aluminum instead. And let's see, data orbs now. These guys can get spendy. Either you're looking at diamond gates, which are harder than hell to make. Well, you need a data control circuit anyway. Or you're looking at data storage circuits, which is an advanced circuit or golden gate or diamond gates, and emerald or emerald dust. Makes 4 of them. So, and seeing as how rare emerald is, unless you're actually actively trading with villagers, these things can get pricey pretty quick. But you're going to need 4 of those, well 5 of these per quantum chest. So that's, what, 16 emerald right there. Highly advanced machine blocks, you need 2 of them. These take either advanced machine blocks or steel machine hulls. 4 titanium, 4 chrome. Titanium from bauxite, chrome from ruby ore. Or from ruby dust anyway. Or titanium machine hull, which I would never ever make. Steel machine hull is 8 steel ingots and machine parts. Machine parts are 5 circuits and 4 refined iron or 4 aluminum. For either 16, 12, and you can get them out of scrap box too at 0.16% chance. So, there's that. Let's see what else we got here. Teleporter and monitor. Teleporters are actually pretty cheap to make. 4 advanced circuits, advanced machine block, 2 glass fiber cable, frequency transmitter, and either industrial diamond or regular diamond. This is the one you dig out of the ground. This is what you get out of the implosion compressor. You can turn industrial diamonds to diamonds by putting them, just put them in a crafting grid and you pull out a regular diamond. No big. Frequency transmitter is a circuit, a regular circuit, and a copper wire. Now, these guys, glass fiber cables. There are 3 pages of recipes for these things. But it's pretty much, glass, redstone, diamond. You need a diamond in the middle and glass. But you can also make it out of, well, with redstone you get 4. If you use silver, you get 6. And industrial diamond recipe now. And then, if you use electrum, you get 8. And you can use diamond dust too, by the way. But electrum is gold and silver mixed together. So, not a biggie there. But, it's a way to make your diamond stretch further using this recipe here. I mean, it's twice as many versus redstone. And let's see. I think, yeah, that's it for this guy. But let's see, I want to store my barrel in there. Okay, now right click on it. It says I have 1 up barrel. Now let's see. Say, oh, actually let's get rid of that. Barrel pops out. Put another one down. Let's get rid of, let's just give me a bunch of dirt. Scads and scads of dirt. There we go. Okay. And now, right click on there twice. 1,920 dirt in that chest. That'll hold over 1,000,000 items. So, I mean, if you're gonna store large quantities of like cobble or whatever, this is the way to go. It's expensive, but it can be harder than hell to fill up. Yeah, you can see here it's done with the trees now. Except for this one here, which is 1 block lower, which it will be getting to soon. You can see that we've uncovered, cave system, which will kind of speed up our excavations a bit. Oh, there's our breakdancing squid remains. But that's pretty much it for quarries. You can do some sorting, throw diamond pipes here instead of gold pipes. Do be careful. If you put too many diamond pipes in a row, the items will slow down. If they come to us, well, actually, I don't even have to stop. If they reach a certain speed, they'll stall out, and then they'll just pop out of the pipe, hit the ground, and despawn. And in the meantime, you have a ton of items from this thing just sitting on the ground. So, you got to be careful of that. I usually go 4 diamond pipes, and then a gold pipe, and then 4 more diamond, and that seems to keep everything moving rather well. But like you could do it, oh, I want all my ores here, like my shards here, zirconium here. You just got to set all your filters the right way with the diamond pipe. So that means before you can sort something out, you actually have to have one to sort with. For the most part, it's pretty, easy just to leave it like this. You have to scrounge through your chest a little bit, but it's really not that bad. This many chests here actually will run probably 4 of these quarries. What you can do instead, if you want, is just send everything to a tesseract and send it back to your base. So I think I mentioned that before, but it's probably about the easiest way to do it. And then you can have everything just auto sort there. That way you only have to make one sorting system. Don't worry about it anymore, and you're just, everything's just done. I don't want to break that. I really don't want to, because that's going to dump all those dirt onto the ground. But yeah, this has been pretty much your little, overview tutorial of quarries and how to get them effectively working. I highly recommend getting rid of cobble this way. Unless you need a lot of cobble for some reason, and in that case I would still go with, it's a igneous extruder, which is this cat here. Okay, now I'm also going to want a gold pipe. You pop this guy down. Now if you look at him, you can choose cobble, stone, or obsidian, and then it'll hold water on one side and lava on the other. Inputs in blue, export in orange. So all these blue sides here, this is where you can put materials inside it. In this case, water and lava, and then you can expel through the bottom or the top. Also on bugger, I can't remember what this is called. But you can change the configuration here. Oh, what do we got? Oh, yeah, redstone. Redstone control. It's always set to low, which means if you apply a redstone signal to it, it stops. You can set it to high, which means it needs redstone to work. Or you can set it to disabled, which case it doesn't even pay attention to any redstone around it. So what I'm going to do is, you go to configuration here, and like say I want, put my cobble out the right hand side here. So I go here, this is the right hand side. In case you're wondering, this is for the back, which you can't normally see in this layout. And you click on it, it'll change color. It's now orange. You look at it here, you get your orange. Throw a pipe down. You can have a chest right there and have it pump in there, but I kind of want to see it in action. And then we'll grab a chest, and we'll throw it there. Now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need water and lava. Now if you have it set to like obsidian, it'll use up 1 water and 1 lava per obsidian block it makes. Stone leaves the water alone, uses up lava. Cobble doesn't use either. So all you got to do is just select what you have in your inventory, right click, there's our lava in there, right click for water, see it powers up now. This is all it needs for power, is just what's inside of it. And it starts producing cobble at a pretty reasonable rate. And you can put up to 4 buckets of each in there. So, but oh sorry, I had it backwards. Lava and water. 4,000 millibuckets is 4 full buckets. But like say obsidian, boom, and it uses it up. We go to stone, which is actually slower than the cobble now. Boom. Oh no, sorry, it uses up water, not lava. And or we can go with cobble, which it doesn't use either of these, and it actually moves quicker. But you can see here, we got 1 obsidian, we got our stone, we got our cobble. Now if you have a whole bunch of lava, like I covered in a past video, you can make a ton of obsidian, because all you need is a aqueous accumulator sitting next to this. And then we go Let's put it here. And now an aqua waste accumulator, all it needs... Oh, I did not want to do that. Selected the wrong one. Alright. There we go. It just needs to be... let's see, let's go ahead and cover this up. Come on. All sides on the aqua waste accumulator pump out, so you don't have to worry about that. And you just need to have it surrounded by 2 water source blocks, and it produces all the water you could ever want. See, filling up and rapidly emptying because this thing's filling up. Now that she's full, 3, 4. It only holds 4 buckets at a time. But and now you just pump lava into this thing, or you can go, oh, I want smooth stone, which uses up water. Aqua waste accumulator refills it, and we're getting our smooth stone in here. So those 2 machines are a great way to get in an infinite amount of blocks. Like say if you're running recyclers, perfect example. Set it up like this, or you don't even have to have this. Just set it up pumping cobble into recyclers. You can have a few dozen of these things going at once, no problems. Turns cobblestone into scrap, like 30% chance, something like that. And then you can make scrap box out of scrap and try to get a little bit of everything, really. I'm not even going to go through that list of items. It's a crazy amount of stuff you can get out of scrap. Or you can burn scrap in generators for power, so on and so forth. Run it through a matter fabricator, get UU matter, which I'll cover in a later video on how to set up one of those operations, because that is a rather in-depth procedure. But yeah, as you can see, the water's getting closer and closer now. This thing's still going strong. Which, I mean, this thing actually drains these out really quick. Usually what I would do for a quarry is, let's see, let's do it this way. Let me grab, say an advanced solar panel, glass fiber cable, redstone energy conduit, electrical engines. Let's move this over here and get rid of that, and then I'm going to need levers. Alright, now what I'm going to do is, usually I run 5. 5 gives you 10 MJ at a go, because each of these produces 2 MJ. And let's see, cable, come on. And then we go through, put our redstone conduit on top. Then you want to turn these so that the little arrow there is pointed, up or towards the actual conduit. Or you should remember, just orange. Orange is output, blue is input. So now they're going to be pumping their power out. Make them all face the right way. There we go. And now, come on. They all need a redstone signal, which there are easy ways to do this, but levers. And an advanced solar panel can easily run all 4 of those. Now let's see, I want one of these. And empty. Oh, no, it's not going to work there. I need one more conduit because it's trying to pull power out of the cell. There we go. There. Now you see it's blue, so that's going to be input. And you can see our MJ building up. Now, instead of, this cell here, if you have the quarry sitting here, you can actually run 20 engines off of this here. All you got to do is just add a couple more solar panels. And, relatively compact, but, 20 engines is 40 MJ, which is just a little slower than half this speed. Now, say you throw a chunk loader down over here, wherever your power source is or whatever, and just come back the next day. If you're going to run a quarry this big, that's the best way to do it. There are ways to get more power out of your electrical engines, but at the same time, 2 more MJ per tick triples the EU cost. Which actually, nope, there we go. MJ Protect. Yeah, it doesn't say how much it's using right now, does it? Dang. And no fuel. This means this guy's not quite keeping up. Yeah. So I think it's actually 4 of these per solar panel during the day. At night, everything's going to slow down because it's just not as much power. Actually, it is, because these things take 2 EU. And these things only produce 8 during the day. So, a little bit overkill. So, but, yeah, that's the easiest way. If you have a whole bunch of these things set up at your home base, run into a test rack, and just plop the test rack down next to it, Bob's your uncle. So, but, that's pretty much it for quarries. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Other than that, enjoy.